On the evening of November 5, 2024 AD, a massive enigmatic stone tablet abruptly descended in Dongjing, the capital of Sakura country. The tremendous shockwave instantly shattered the small island nation and caused widespread destruction. Simultaneously, the 5 major powers of Blue Star dispatched numerous troops to blockade the area where the colossal stone monument was located. They also sent scientists to promptly initiate research. In the blink of an eye, a year had already passed. Lin Luo, look, a 20-year-old single girl from the countryside is seeking adoption. Does she have any sense of patriotism towards her country? Lin Luo's colleague Zhang Wei approached with a strange smile. He noticed that Lin Luo did not react. Unable to help but stare at him strangely, he saw that Lin Luo's expression was dull, and tears were silently streaming down his cheeks. Lin Luo? Lin Luo. Why are you crying? Soon Lin Luo snapped out of it, staring blankly at the bustling office. This is the company. He questioned himself, am I not in a chaotic era? I remember. 1 year after the stone monument fell to earth, the world seemed to have turned into a brutal game world. Everyone awakened talents of different levels and gained extraordinary abilities when they changed professions. At the same time, instances of secret realms and waves of monstrous disasters emerged all over the world. Humans struggled for survival, relying on the powers awakened within them. The order of the world collapsed completely, and only the law of the jungle, where the weak were preyed upon by the strong, remained. To enhance my talents, I am currently engaged in battles with many ferocious class monsters. However, my enemies have summoned a ghost-class superior monster, a demonic spirit. My brother died a brutal death while protecting me. My brother sacrificed his life to send me out of the secret realm, but I was ambushed and killed by our enemies waiting outside. All of this started simply because we refused to hand over the Ascension Crystal. In chaotic times, weakness is the original sin. Lin Luo quickly recovered from his memory and stood up in disbelief. Turning to look at this familiar yet unfamiliar office, he quickly asked, "What day is today?" Zhang Wei was taken aback and said strangely, "November 12, 2025. Are you stupid? Or did you drink too much last night? Young people should drink in moderation." Lin Luo was shocked, November 12, 2025. I was reborn and returned to 3 years ago on the same day of awakening. Outside, it should be morning, and there are still a few hours left before the beginning of everyone's talents. Before he could clear his mind, a snarky, male duck-like voice sounded from behind him, "Lin Luo, your performance is the worst in the group. You are fired. Go to the finance department to settle your salary, and you won't have to come to work in the afternoon." Upon hearing the voice, Lin Luo turned around and saw a man in a shirt with a disgusted expression on his face. Supervisor, Wang Jichao. Just as I recall, I had recently been confirmed as a permanent employee. In the past life, this scoundrel Wang Jichao, after awakening, transformed into a demon, harvesting the organs, limbs, and lives of ordinary people in exchange for resources to develop. Forcing the innocent into prostitution, committing all sorts of crimes, I never thought I would encounter him again. Wang Jichao looked at him with disdain and muttered, "A bastard raised by thieves, does he deserve the appreciation of Wen Yusi? Why don't you piss yourself and see what you are?" A person beside him said, "Exactly, going against the supervisor is truly overestimating one's abilities." Another one said, "But I never expected him to be so timid. Look, he took off without saying a word." Soon Lin Luo walked out of the company and thought to himself, "In the previous life, I punched Wang Jichao in a fit of rage, and the police took me away. On that very same afternoon, the mass awakening began. I missed the crucial period of mass awakening because of my 10 days detention, and when I came out, others were already at level 10 or higher. My brother, Zhou Shengdong, who was sentenced to 15 years, was released from prison. We were both orphans in the welfare home, and he raised me by resorting to theft. That's when my life started to take a turn for the better. My brother was released early because of his A-level talent awakening and substantial contributions. Afterwards, my brother kept me by his side, and we worked together to continuously enhance our abilities. There was one time when I accidentally killed someone to save a woman, and that's when I discovered the astonishing secret of my awakened talent. Using my talent, I could directly steal the opponent's turn by killing them. You absorbed the opponent's soul energy and your F-level talent evolved into an E-level talent. It's a pity that my stubborn brother refused to let me kill someone on purpose, and as a result, we encountered relentless evildoers. In the end, he could not only protect those around him, but we both met our demise. In this life, I want to completely reverse all the helplessness and hatred I have experienced before. Lin Luo went to a hardware store and bought a pair of construction gloves and a piece of thin wire. If kindness isn't met with kindness, then I'll take matters into my own hands. I'll be more ruthless than the cruel, more wicked than the wicked, and will truly take control of my destiny. I shall use malefactors as fuel and rise to an unbeatable throne. Then he swiftly returned to his group, obtained a set of cleaning attire and hat, donned them, and concealed himself in the lavatory cubicle. Soon, the long-awaited moment of national awakening arrived. Lin Luo calmly observed a familiar silver diamond-shaped crystal appearing in front of him. It slowly sank into his forehead, and then, a clear and pleasant voice sounded in his ears. "Hello. Lin Luo from Blue Star, welcome to the new era. Blue Star will open different levels of dungeons and secret realms from now on. Please explore it after awakening your talents, and awaken your combat profession. Can I awaken your talent for you now?" Lin Luo calmly muttered in his heart, "Wake up. Congratulations on getting the F-level talent, Plunder. Plunder. Grade, F, can grow. Effect, when killing a life, plunder 1% of its random attribute value, or 1% of its skill talent effect. Cooling time, 5 days. It's the same as in the previous life." Lin Luo can still remember the helplessness he felt when he awakened this talent. At that time, he was locked up in the inspectorate, and the sky and the earth were not working. After being released, his level was too low because he entered the dungeon a few days late. But this time as a regressor, I know the strategies for all the well-known instances near Hangcheng that opened during the mass job change era, as well as the locations of opportunities in secret realms. That's awesome. Soon, there was a loud noise outside the bathroom. Those good colleagues of Lin Luo finally recovered from the shock and began to discuss excitedly. Not long after, the familiar voice of supervisor Wang Jichao came from outside the bathroom door. Xiaomei, I have awakened the S-level talent, Healing Grip. From now on, if you follow me, I guarantee that you will be able to enjoy the hot food. Have you awakened a D-level talent? That's pretty good. Many of my employees here have awakened F-level talents. Don't be discouraged. Don't worry, Xiaomei. Times have changed now. I have awakened my S-level talent. Is my yellow-faced woman still worthy of me? Isn't this a joke? I'll divorce her when I get back, then marry you home and give you the status you deserve. Okay, let's just say this first. Bye. I love you, baby. Wang Jichao walked out and muttered to himself happily, my S-level talent seems to be amazing. Just when he was immersed in the fantasy of a better future. A thin wire suddenly stretched out from Wang Jichao's back and strangled his neck. A sudden sharp pain in his neck interrupted his words, and then a strong force quickly pulled him back. Pain. The severe pain struck instantly. It's hard to breathe. His eyes suddenly turned white, and his face immediately turned the color of pig liver. The veins on his neck were exposed, drool kept flowing from his mouth, and he made painful and difficult struggling sounds. You will be my first sacrifice after my rebirth. As Wang Jichao's life entered the countdown, a green slender arm suddenly appeared in the void. As the green arm emerged, and then he grasped it hard in the void, the injury on his neck began to show signs of improvement. Lin Luo's heart skipped a beat, and he realized that this was a special form condensed by the opponent's S-level talent, and it was also an existence that would be called a substitute in later generations. The ability of this arm is related to treatment, but fortunately, the speed of this substitute's treatment is not as fast as the speed of Wang Jichao's injury. Die! Lin Luo roared in his heart and used his hands again. As Wang Jichao's vitality continued to disappear, it seemed to have dropped to a threshold. The most terrifying aspect hidden in his F-level talent has finally been activated. You have captured the opponent's soul power, and your F-level talent has evolved into an E-level talent. Your E-level talent evolves into a D-level talent. Your D-level talent has evolved into a C-level talent. Your A-level talent has evolved. Finally, Wang Jichao completely lost all signs of life and fell limply to the ground. At this moment, Lin Luo's talent finally soared directly from F-level to S-level. Plunder. Level, S, can grow. Effect: when killing a life, you can choose to plunder all its attribute values, talent effects, skill effects, and one of the 4 types of soul power. Cooling time, 1 day. Lin Luo felt a powerful force pouring out of his body, and he was extremely excited. His F-level talent can grow by killing monsters, but the growth rate is very slow. On the contrary, as long as he kills a human with a higher talent level than him, he can be directly promoted to the opponent's talent level. In his previous life, he and his brother struggled for 3 years before barely raising his talent to the top of the A level. But now, less than an hour after his rebirth, he has surpassed the limits of his previous life. Lin Luo felt that in addition to his talent evolving to S level, there was also a power coming from deep within his soul. He shouted, "Come out! My substitute!" A dark figure quickly turned from virtual to real in front of his eyes. This strong figure wears a jet black horn helmet with a white circular clock embedded in the middle of the helmet. His whole body was wrapped in ferocious and sharp metal armor, and he wore a wide jet black cloak, dancing in the wind behind him. Black Emperor. A virtual doubles attribute panel materialized before him. Substitution, Black Emperor. Level, S. Strength, 210 for normal people. Agility, 210. Intelligence, 110. Defense, 55, 10. HP, 5,200. Energy, 50. Energy recovery speed, 1 per hour. Growth, 200. Action distance, 1 meter. Take by force, active each attack on an enemy randomly diminishes 1/5 of their attributes or abilities. Not applicable to substitutions. Consumption, 10 energy. Cooldown, none. It's so potent. Even in the chaotic future, my substitute will reign supreme. Lin Luo, though lacking a stand-in in his previous life, was knowledgeable about them. Before the age of chaos, many individuals with S-level or higher talents flaunted their abilities. His avatar's attribute panel was openly displayed online. An S-level talent substitute could have a maximum of 200 points in attributes, excluding health. An SS-level avatar could reach up to 400 points in a single attribute. The most powerful SSS-level talent substitute could have a single attribute as high as 600 points. Lin Luo's stand-in, Black Emperor, excelled in 3 attributes: strength, agility, and growth, all reaching the S-level limit of 200 points. However, the shortcomings were apparent. Intelligence, defense, and action distance had notably low values. Intelligence represented the substitute's ability to independently engage in combat. For instance, his Black Emperor could only be controlled by him. Action distance indicated the furthest distance the avatar could move away from its host. It appears that my Black Emperor is a close combat substitute, the strongest type in the early stages. Although force and robbery doesn't affect substitutes, my talent compensates for this. I can directly eliminate opponents and seize their substitutes. Of course, its strongest aspect is its 200-point growth attribute. Even though SSS-level avatars can have a maximum single attribute of 600 points, few from the previous life had growth attributes exceeding 200 points. His decision to eliminate Wang Jichao and claim his talent level wasn't solely due to the mockery but also rooted in his experiences from his previous life. During the chaotic era, Wang Jichao had transformed into a malevolent figure, known for imprisoning innocent refugees and harvesting their organs and limbs to treat injured dignitaries. Additionally, he forced women into prostitution and killed them indiscriminately for equipment and props. Unfortunately, he perished in an unattended bathroom before his rise to power. Lin Luo retrieved his avatar, adjusted his hat, and left as if nothing had occurred. With a new era underway, Chinese officials would focus on maintaining order. It would be at least a week before Wang Jichao's actions were discovered and at least a month before they were traced back to Lin Luo. And a month later, he would be invincible. After leaving the company, Lin Luo changed out of his cleaning attire in a secluded area. He casually entered a renowned milk tea shop, ordered a drink, and checked his phone. The university class group, once deserted after everyone's graduation, was now bustling with excitement as everyone discussed the awakening of their talents. Xiao Ji Ba, I've unlocked the C-level talent, extreme speed, and it's working well. Are you impressed? The delivery speed has significantly increased. I'm expecting to dominate this month. Wang Teng, you little fool, my talent is still top-notch. A-level, Emperor's talent, which enhances career potential after changing jobs. I'm all set to skip work and head straight to the dungeon. I heard there's a copy on the second floor of the Intai department store next door. Tada Kai, Wang Teng, my boy, what's your Emperor's talent? Only grade A. I've unlocked the S-level talent, Book of Wishes, call Daddy and I'll take you flying. Lin Luo scrolled through the chat history and quickly focused on the name, Tatakai. Tadakai's real name is Lu Ming, and he was a bit of a jerk during college. After unlocking his talent in his previous life, he soon got together with the girl he had been pursuing in college, Fang Mengchu. It seems that Fang Mengchu is most likely with him because of the power of this Book of Wishes. When a person unlocks a power that no one can stop, I believe that few people will choose to become a superhero who enjoys helping others. Most people will do as they please. Of course, Lin Luo is not his father, so he has no control over what kind of person Lu Ming becomes. Naturally, the reason for targeting him is that he is the closest person around at the moment, and someone with S-level or above talents is suitable for capturing. This Lu Ming quickly revealed his true nature after obtaining the S-level talent. After swiftly leveling up in the dungeon, he did many unlawful things upon returning to the real world. For instance, he brutally killed his former boss by unknown means. After that, he was wanted by the authorities for a long time, but after killing many police inspectors who were chasing him, he completely disappeared. With the onset of the era of chaos, Hangzhou descended into complete disorder. He reappeared and openly joined the evil faction, Smiling Coffin. On the other side, an exuberant Lu Ming was checking the panel of his stand-in. Substitute, Lord of Prayer. Various attributes, please click to view details. Book of Wishes, grants a wish of the host. Consumption, determined based on the difficulty of realizing the wish. Cooldown, no cooldown time. The Lord of Prayer is a fragile man covered in blue, wearing a scholar's hat, and holding a huge book. Due to his high intelligence, he is fully capable of communication. Lu Ming was communicating with the Lord of Prayer. He also understood the limitations of his stand's abilities and how to use them. So, he made his first wish with excitement. Lord of Prayer, I want to completely possess Fang Mengchu's body and mind. Your wish is my command. I will fulfill all your wishes. The Lord of Prayer heard the words and immediately flipped through the huge book in his hand, releasing an indescribably dazzling light. Your wish has been granted, Master. With the respectful voice, the figure of the substitute, Lord of Prayer, gradually faded and disappeared. However, Lu Ming wasn't surprised by this. He had already learned about it from the substitute. This is because it takes tremendous energy to alter a person's body and mind. When the avatar's energy depletes, it briefly disappears and must wait until the energy is restored before it can be summoned again. Upon hearing that his wish had come true, he anxiously opened the V letter. He messaged Fang Mengchu, "Are you there?" Unlike the usual long wait for a reply, Fang Mengchu immediately responded. "Darling, what's wrong? I'm chatting with my bestie. By the way, what talent have you awakened?" Lu Ming clenched his fists excitedly and cheered, having been previously ignored. The woman who typically only replied that she was busy, sleeping, or showering was now calling him darling. "Ha! Lord of Prayer, you are so powerful. As long as you are here, I can conquer the world. By the way, since she already belongs to me physically and mentally, then, hee. Room and sent another message to Fang Mengchu. "Menger, come to room 414 of the Rujia Hotel on Pingjing Road now. I have something to ask you." "Darling, why do you want to invite me to the hotel in broad daylight? And I'm at work." Lu Ming had a wild look on his face and replied forcefully, "Come now, hurry up. Remember to wear something sexy. I like black stockings." And as this audacious message was sent, the woman who had once been cold to him was not angry. Instead, she immediately replied, "Okay. Don't worry, darling, I'll change into whatever you like right away, and I'll take a day off to come find you." Ha 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 ha. When Lu Ming saw the message, he couldn't help but laugh as if no one was watching. At this point, I can even rule the world. He then received a call from his college classmate Lin Luo. "Lu Ming, do you want to know the secret of S-level talent?"